Jacob, yo quisiera iniciar con preguntarte sobre el álbum Past Present. Es un, es un tema muy importante de que viene compuesto como cómo el hombre se va adaptando al entorno. Entonces yo te quiero preguntar es sobre cómo fue la realización de este álbum, si no estoy mal, es del 2012 y pues es bastante interesante saberlo más a tus fans.
We are going to start talking about your album Past Present. We
All
know
right.
that, yes. And so here the listeners from Latin America know how was the process for creating. We know that this album is very personal. And as the title says, we think that talks about the past and the present, and of your life, your career. So tell us more up to the fans of Latin America about this album, what it means to you, the process, and everything.
I came out of 6 years of extensive touring with the Poodles. I had a very, very busy schedule for many years, and I needed to take some time off and reflect on everything. And also, since I come from this very various musical background, and write a lot of different kind of music all the time. Basically, I mean, I'm mainly working with rock and hard rock, but since I since I really enjoy a lot of different kind of styles of pop and rock and music and film thematic stuff and everything, I had the need and a lot of songs that were not going into the costume of the Poodles, and I've written a couple of these songs for quite some times together with the producer of the album, Johan Leander, who also produced the two first Poodles albums. But both Johan and me is we are we have a lot of common musical influences and stuff like that. So we really enjoyed working together. So when I come up with these songs, it felt very natural to work with him. And also I had the chance to explore again and some more with my drumming and I play a lot of drums even in the Poodles. I do most of the demos and stuff, but it was a good time, and I also got to deal with Sony in Sweden to make the album, and it was a really good time for me to take a year off from the Poodles and just explore a lot of other stuff, which I did. And as you probably know, who listen to a lot of my music, I'm really uh, concerned about my lyrics and always work a lot with my lyrics, and it's most of them are very, very personal, and it's uh, therapy work for me, working with lyrics. So it's I mean, I take a lot of uh, of things from my past and work with that, all kind of different expressions and things that I've been through and things that I wanted to be, maybe not did, but I would, all the experiences you have in life that somehow turns out into your musical expression, either in lyrics or in music or so. And as a person living in the world today, obviously I think a lot about the future as well, and I thought that was past present was a nice umbrella to and a good headline for this album, because it suited all the songs that I did, and was half of them maybe a little bit more on the past and some of them for the future, and a few of them both ways, you know. So it's, and I also got the chance to work with a lot of talented musicians that I've been a big fan of for quite some time, you know, in Sweden, who played with, you know, totally different genres than I did, but I really like Ola Gustafsson, the guitar player, for instance, and some other people that I really enjoy working with, and also with the horn sections and stuff. So it was, I really enjoyed that album until up today, and still listen to it from time to time. And the production of it is very timeless. You know, it's like an evergreen. I don't think it has a special 2012 sound to it. It might as well have been done this year, you know, or 15 years ago. It doesn't matter, you know. Very natural and rootsy sound, but and you know the violins and the acoustic guitars and the acoustic pianos and all this kind of sounds is very timeless.
And it's great that you mentioned the things that you had worked with many musicians, many styles, and of course your side as a musician, because something that struck me at your career is that you had also collaborated with a lot of projects with many genres. You can call it heavy metal, progressive metal, power metal, and with great. And I've been also reading that you also play the keyboards in some projects. Tell me, how is it been like this? And talking, of course, past and present and future, when these bands from your country call you to, hey, we respect you, we respect your work in the past with the Poodles, and now play with us in like Midnight Sun, like all these bands. How has it been all these collaborations that really span all music genres in your country?
Many of them are you know, more or less uh, they pop a question, and if I like what they do, I generally try to, if I have the time, I try to do this because it's also a way for me to pay back, you know. Uh, like Midnight Sun is something that I really enjoy doing, and I think that's still fucking a brilliant album in many ways. I would rewrite some of that lyrics if it were done today, but I didn't write the lyrics for that album anyway, so it was. But my good friend Jonas Reingold, who is the brain behind that album, I continued to work with him throughout the Poodles years as well. So we wrote a lot of things for new projects altogether, and I just met him a few months ago, and in Gothenburg in Stockholm, and we hooked up in Japan when we were there playing in 2019, and we always try to connect, you know, and keep connected and do new stuff together and write together, because he's such a amazing talent, amazing musician and songwriter. And so that's I mean, as long as I enjoy the people who are involved and I have the time, I try to, you know, make time to do these kind of projects as well. I think it's good to get fresh blood into your system, and also to get away from your own brain, you know, not just thinking like you usually do and do like you usually do. If you work with someone else that you haven't worked with before, or it's been a while since you worked together, it's always refreshing, you know.
And before I let my partner John do a question, it's great because you know that they call the metal purists, the metal elitists, the Gothenburg sound, the definition of the sound of death metal. But I think that the Gothenburg sound goes beyond genres, and it's a proof and a testament of the great musicians and projects that come out of this city and this country. And you are a proof of that because it's crazy. We are talking with people from Colombia that know about your music. So,
Yeah,
Corozo, yes,
it's
John,
fantastic.
thank you. I will let you with John. John es que lo tenía que decir. Después te traduzco todo, pero él habla del sonido de Gotemburgo. El sonido de Gotemburgo es una definición que se hace, que hacen los metaleros sobre el death metal que se crea allá, pero yo le dije a Jacob que para mí va más allá de los géneros y yo creo que también define pues por qué el sonido allá es tan importante y que pues que él está hablando con nosotros colombianos sobre eso, sobre el poder de su música.
Es cultura.
Es buenísimo. No te dejo, papi. Dale.
De hecho, de ese mismo álbum que estamos hablando en la última canción que se llama Naturaleza y Fuego, es bastante intenso porque tú hablaste sobre ello, cómo son los cambios que ha tenido la música. Entonces yo te pregunto, desde tu música, no es qué cambios, sino cuál es la naturaleza de tu musicalidad respecto a lo que se viene en el futuro, qué va cambiando en ti, qué puedes decir, uy, antes no podía realizar tal acción, pero ya con este álbum pude afrontar.
Y es bueno que le preguntes eso porque él dijo algo, pero es chévere porque lo vamos a afrontar de otro lado. In fact, John really loved the song Nature of the Game. That is the closing song of this amazing album. Yes. And he wanna ask you, like, what is the nature of your music? And now that you told, of course, the past, the present, and how do you see the future? Maybe somehow like tell us what can we expect next from you. I don't know, what can we expect the listeners, the fans, with your art, with your lyrics, with your vision of life, your nature, of course, on life.
And that's pretty recent album. I mean, it was released in September, and that's pretty recent. And I also have a new band called Cloud Circus. We released 2 singles, and there's a fantastic album coming out. Also with Johan Leander on the keyboards, and he also produced it. The same producer from Past Present. So it's really a fantastic album, and it's going to be really good. We just received the masters from that, so we are now looking into how we're going to release that. If we're going to go with the label, or if we're going to release it through our own label, or how we're going to do that. We don't know for sure yet, but it's that's in the closest process right now. Cloud Circus is going to come out hopefully before the summer, in June, May, June sometime. And I think I'm constantly writing, and this January, February, March has been very inspiring for me, actually. So I had a lot of work done and a lot of music written. So I'm in the process of finding I'm trying some different producers for the new album, and I haven't decided yet who to go with and who to work with, but usually I start with having like direction, a few songs that in the new direction that I want to go, and then I hook up with different people to see who to work with. So I'm in the middle of that process right now. And I also took some, since the pandemic and everything, all the live shows has been canceled for quite some time, almost 2 years, but now things are opening up a little bit, and things are starting to happen. I don't know how it is for you guys, but is it the same that the society is opening up a little bit? Yeah. Okay, but that's the case in Sweden anyways, and in Europe. So we are doing some stuff this summer and in the this coming fall, and I'm expecting to have a schedule on that pretty soon. But I also took the time to do some studies since I couldn't be on the road, and so I'm studying now for another 2 terms. I'm studying to because I'm a sailor. I sail a lot and spend a lot of time on the ocean. So now I'm putting some licenses together for some bigger ships and stuff. So that's one of the things that I'm doing right now. And also I spend a lot of time in the studio working on the new material and stuff. And I mean, everything is moving so fast right now, so it's hard to know what the next step is going to be. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna there's going to be some interesting new musical releases soon. And I also have Pontus from the Poodles and Henrik from the Poodles and me. We are still working together on different. We are writing and recording some stuff, and we don't know really in what direction we should take this and in what concept. But it's a lot of work process going on.
Yes, in fact, in Colombia, I don't know if you see the news. Yes, the concerts opened. Too sad that in the Stereo Picnic Festival was the death of Taylor Hawkins, but that was the news. But yes, it was here in Colombia, in Bogotá. Little by little, the concerts and the festivals are opening right now. In fact, we got Rock al Parque, that is one of the biggest festivals of rock in Latin America and also in the world. And I want to ask you, I know that this is not your job, this is the job for the bookers, but you had played before in Colombia. There is a possibility. In which parts of Latin America you had showed your music, or you had never played here in Latin America and Colombia?
No, I never did. There were some discussions about it throughout the years, but it never came to something. Either it was our schedule or my schedule that didn't work, or either it didn't come, to the actual down to business. But I'd love to go. And my dear friend JAKOB Soto is there from time to time playing with for you guys. And I'm going probably in April next year. I'm going to Florida, and so we'll see. But I would love to go. And I throughout the years I had a lot of contact with Colombians, both working. I did a cooperation with one of your rock bands. I need to remind myself the name of that band.
From a Colombian band, maybe Kraken, Kronos. John, es que, no, I will tell John, acá hay un dato buenísimo, ¿no? Resulta que hay una banda en Colombia que incluso le pidió una colaboración.
Wow.
Y está consiguiendo ese dato. No, if we can find that date, that it will be amazing, because we don't know about that, and it's great to know that this featuring is on the table. Wow. No, we didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I will try to find.
Don't worry, take your time, because that's amazing. Wow.
Yeah. And as I said, it never came to the final, down to business. But let's hope it does this time.
And there is like a Colombian artist or band that you admire, and you will say, "Oh, it will be great to have a collaboration, or at least to share some stage." Somebody?
Yeah, yeah. Supreme. No, what's the name of that band? I did a featuring with them a couple of years ago, like 5-6 years ago.
No, it's okay. It's okay. In fact, if you can give us that data later with this interview ends, it's okay, because it's amazing to know. Wow, John, sin palabras, no sé. Wow, es increíble saber eso. Dime tú que continúa, mi amigo, porque yo.
Sí, yo estoy como
Él dijo que tiene problemas, que después de la entrevista nos da el dato, así que no te preocupes.
Dale, no hay problema.
Supremacy.
Supremacy. Yes.
Wow.
I heard them. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I send you the link.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cool.
John, ahí nos envió el link, Jacob. Muchísimas gracias. Wow, John, continúa. Yo estoy.
They're a great band.
Wow.
They are a great band.
I will cross fingers, because we need that collaboration, and we need you here playing in Colombia. You may hear that people here are so passionate with live concerts, so we really hope to enjoy the passion we got for music. Okay, yeah. John, continúa.
De hecho, bueno, hay dos canciones en las que siempre habla sobre cómo el hombre debe que adaptarse a la música, porque yo lo veo, o sea, ese primer entrevistado que yo veo como tan paciente, tan tranquilo. No sé si es por el fin de los días o es por el amor, pero que me cuentes sobre cómo es esa aura que transmiten tus canciones, que o sea, que lo hace convertirse en un hombre muy tranquilo, muy pulcro.
Hey, John is right. You are the most calm person that has been in this channel. That is amazing. That creates a great aura. And he want to know, because he really loves the song, End of the Days, and blame it on love. Yes, how do you manage? Because we know that you deal in your songs with a lot of stuff. Just not only feelings, but like love, but also the word. How do you manage that you are create the aura, the persona that you are? Because you're amazing. In fact, we feel so calm talking to you, so relaxed. So tell us, Jacob, what is the secret? Is the songs? Is the music? Is the what is the secret, man?
Well, thank you. I could never tell. I have no idea myself. I just do what I do, man. I surround myself with good people, and I try to be a good person myself. So, and that, you know, that usually works fine, you know. But I'm glad to hear. Thank you so much.
No, thanks to you. Like we say in Colombia, you are bacano. Bacano is like a cool person, a great person. Wow. Dice que no tiene el secreto, pero que él dice que tiene esa meta de ser una buena persona y que le agrada que lo hayamos visto. Pues John, continúa. Yo soy honradísimo.
I am happy. De hecho, es que también en el álbum Quatsis es una locura, porque es que no solo esas canciones, sino también habla sobre cómo es la hermandad musical, cómo es el tema de cómo uno debe proyectar la música sin que los demás critiquen. Entonces yo quisiera preguntarte sobre cómo es la música que cambia a través de, o sea, me refiero en que a veces la música refleja como un cambio de que uno debe pensar. Entonces, ¿cómo es su filosofía respecto a lo que ha cambiado todos estos años musicalmente?
Y es genial que preguntes eso porque él dijo que cuando grabó el otro, Passion Press, él quiso que sonara, no que diga, oh, esto sonó como el 2012, no, que suene como si el álbum hubiera salido ayer o hace 20 años y todo.
Yes.
Wow, this is a great question. How do you manage to get your music to sound atemporal? Like you say that when you write, it doesn't sound like this year, but you can. It's like like I wrote it right now. Even that the song it got this year. How do you manage to get this quality in your songs?
Okay. Well, first of all, I think it's something that you do unconsciously. You know, it's like it's not something. Of course, you are very. I work really, really hard with the songs that I release. You know, as far as getting them as good as I think they can be, and you know, really work them through a lot. You know, I try not to release. I mean, if you release that much music as I have done, of course there are some stuff that you are more proud of than others, and in some there, there's very few releases that I regret, you know, because I've been very conscious about, you know, doing a lot of doing my best, you know, and work them through it until I'm I'm happy with it. But on the other hand, everything comes from the unconscious anyways, you know, like the inspiration and the melodies and everything. It's not like it's not a very logical thing for me, you know. I just go with things that comes up in my mind and that I emotionally feel for, you know, that I feel is good, you know. So it's kind of hard to know where that sense of timeless flavor to them comes from, but that's something that I really I guess a good song and a good melody is timeless. I mean, you can write you can play a good song if it's a good song, you can play it as a pop song, you can play it as a rock song, you can play it as a on a piano, you can play it with a very hard metal band. It's still a good song, you know. So the pieces of the song, the chords and the melodies and the lyrics, if they match together, you can do it in so many various ways, you know. So I guess, and I also work with a lot of talented people, you know. So if you if you surround yourself with good people and work with good people, I mean, if you have a good producer and a good guitar player and good keyboard player and a good drummer, and you know, and then it's likely that something good will come out of it, you know. So
Jacob, that was amazing. The time is running off, so the camera is yours. Say a hi to Sean, to Colombia, to wherever you want. Tell your social media so people can follow you. And yes, remember the new material that people can listen to your new band. The camera is yours. For us, it was an honor to have you here. Go ahead.
Hi guys, this is Jakob Samuel from Sweden. I'm so happy to be on this show and to be able to reach out to the audience and the listeners in Colombia. And I said to before, and I say it again, I would love to come and play for you guys live. Hopefully, things will turn out so we can actually make that happen. And you will, of course, find me on social medias, Jakob Samuel Sweden and Jakob Samuel on Facebook, and my homepage and everything. You will find. You know my name, and you know where to find me. And there will be some new great music coming out this spring, this summer. And meanwhile, I hope you enjoy my previous work and the latest release, Coexist. And I wish you all the best for the future, and hope you have a good summer. Okay.
Thank you, man. We will take a picture so we can share to the social media. So please.
Yeah.
You struck us, man. The thing that you tell us about the possibility to collaborate with a band here was amazing. We hope to see you in Colombia to play with your passion. And no, man, this is your house. Wherever you want, welcome. Bienvenido.
Thank you so much.
Muchas gracias,
Okay.
Jacob, por esta
Muchas
grandiosa
gracias.
oportunidad.
Buenas
A
tardes.
ti,
A ti.
Bueno, a ti.
a
Chao,
ti.
chao.
Chao, chao.
A ti.